The next point, before we stop, is with regards to the students of knowledge, quote unquote, or the da'is or the translators. The best way to summarize it in a law item, because it's a very long, extensive issue, is that all those who have power fear to lose it. All those who have power, they're afraid of losing that power. Now, like you said, Abu Sama, Abu Zaina, rock star, right? Superstar. I'm a student of knowledge. Regardless of what I studied or what I didn't study, that I graduated or not, but I'm declared a student of knowledge. I can marry any sister that I want to. I can have literally a revolving door of 4 wives, literally at my leisure. This sister, that sister, this sister. I want a younger one, an older one, a light skin one, a dark skin one, a thin one, a thick one. Anyway, this is reality. This is not a joke. This is real.
Real talk.
It's real.
Real talk.
Money, I want to go make Umrah. My Umrah ticket is paid for. I want a house, I want a car, I want this, I want that, food, fruit, tea, whatever you want. Tafaddal. Now, before I accepted Islam, not everybody, but many of us, we were nothing. Basically, a nobody. I come to Islam, I go overseas, I graduate from a school, I'm a superstar, I'm a celebrity. Wherever I go, people know me. They invite me to come and eat lamb, marry my daughter, be the imam of our community. This is reality. This is reality.
Literally.
So this person, if he doesn't have a pure heart, if Allah hasn't purified him, do you think he's going to relinquish this power to somebody that's younger than him, smarter than him, more talented than him, an actual real student of knowledge that's up at night reading and studying books, as Ali Davis says, principles, rules, usul al-fiqh, he says judicial law, not sharia. Me, I barely graduated. I barely studied. I barely speak Arabic. It's just like sports. They're the greats of the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, the 90s. It's nothing like the athleticism of 2017. It's nothing like this player who can play the power forward, the small forward, shooting guard, he can play every position on the court. The athleticism is nothing how it was back then. A 50-yard field goal was an accomplishment. Now people kicking 60, 65-yard field goals easily. The athleticism has evolved. So it's a different breed of student of knowledge. Now people are getting PhDs. People getting master's degrees. People are studying and benefiting. So what you did back in the day, perhaps it was good, it was sufficient. You did what you could. And the only knowledge back in the day was get on the phone and call a sheikh. Alhamdulillah. But it's a new day. A new sheriff is in town.
Don't be the hero too long that you see yourself to become the villain.
No doubt.
Learn when to bow out and pass the torch on to someone else.
The point is,
absolutely,
is that if these people if they're not purified by Allah, they don't want to relinquish their power. So Abu Osama was a better speaker than me. He actually graduated. I just lived in Kuwait and I was an English teacher. He actually graduated. He has a degree. He can translate. He can give a lecture. He can give the khutbah. He can do all these marriage counseling. I don't want Abu Osama to take my position and my status. He's better than me. He looks better than me. He's cooler than me. I have to get rid of Abu Osama. This is a reality. So how can I get rid of him? I can't beat him in a fist fight.
Preach. Can't beat him in a fist fight.
Well, what am I going to do? I'm going to do what now? I'm going to find a way to
assassinate his character.
Get rid of him. He said this. He did this.
Call him Goldie.
Whether I cut, whether I paste. He didn't mean it. He explained it. However I get rid of it, that's what I'm going to do. When I call up the sheikh, yeah, sheikh, listen carefully. We have someone, not a graduate, not an imam of a community, not a leader, not someone that took this hole in the wall masjid and turned it into a major center. But we have someone who's called. You some majhul, ignorant guy, some nobody. We have someone who says this, who says kada, who says kada, who says kada. He's a Shia when it comes to the Sahaba. He's a Qadari when it comes to the predestiny. He's a Murji when it comes to Iman. When it comes to the rulers, he's a Khawarij. Every bid'ah is in him.
Real talk. That is real talk.
So the scholar, like we said, the accountability, he's either going to give a general answer. I don't know who this person is. If what you're saying is true, then that's wrong, so on and so forth. Stay away from him. Who is the person? Allahu Alam, what the scholars want to say. The point is that there are many reasons, there are many causes. From them is people being afraid, people being inferior, people being jealous, and people being envious. They mention here about being on a pedestal and you never thought, that wasn't how I came up. People always envied me. I wasn't a deviant back then, but it was always tension because I was so young. And the brothers that would shake my hand, we would sit, drink tea together, people that would talk about me behind my back. So the point is that in 2002, and I'm going to leave you with this, I was sitting in the Prophet's Masjid with Sheikh Abdul Muhsin al-Abbad. And they asked him a question, and perhaps the name of the person most of us can't even pronounce. They said, yeah, Sheikh Abdul Muhsin al-Abbad is the grandfather of Medina. He's the teacher of all of the scholars of Medina. Sheikh Rabi' himself studied with him for 2 years. They asked Sheikh Abdul Muhsin, this is 2002 now. Yeah, Sheikh, what about the tabdir of Abu Hassan al-Halabi, Abu Hassan Ma'rabi, so on and so forth. The Sheikh didn't say Sheikh Rabi' is right, Sheikh Rabi' is this, Sheikh Rabi' is a great, he didn't say any of that. He says all of these issues are based off of, he says, ahwaf al-nufus.
No.
He says, now, you're shaking your head and saying, nah, now.
No.
In 2002?
2002?
I wasn't.
You wouldn't have agreed with that.
I
At
did.
all.
I didn't disrespect the Sheikh. I'm like, damn, how you gonna say that, Sheikh? That is all personal. That is all personal. 15 years later, only Allah knows what became clear, what became manifest. Their brothers in the crowd that you can ask that saw the gradual development, and those words were clear as day. And the same thing has happened and is happening in America. The only reason why you were looking for the mistakes of Shadid, if he did make a mistake, maybe he did make a mistake, maybe. The only reason why you were looking for them is because you're jealous. The only reason why you're looking to find what Abu Usama said is because you're insecure and inferior. You're afraid Abu Usama is better than you and he's going to take your power and your authority. And then comes the game, so on and so forth. So this is in brief. This is not everything. The most important thing that I want to give you guys is just look at what happened. Abu Usama mentioned about the scholars from Jordan. Abu Usama, Ali Halabi, Musa Nasser, Hussein Awaisha, Usama Kusi from Egypt, QSS, that came to Canada. What happened to those scholars? They became deviants. Bilal Phillips, this one, that one, burn his books, get rid of his tapes. You accepted Islam, you made tarbiyah, you grew your beard, you put on hijab, you left kufr, you left shirk, you came to the deen, now give rid all of his books. And then another scholar comes, he's a deviant now. And then this one comes from Bahrain, and this one, and this one, and that one. How long are you going to be stupid? How long are you going to see that it's a big game and it's a big joke? And you're the victim of it. You're on the shortest end of the stick. You can't make them consistent upon someone teaching you, benefiting your soul, and then burn all of his books.
Allahu Akbar.
So you're held accountable as well. That's in brief. Allahu Alam.
Allahu Akbar.